Hey there, English Vibe family. Today I want to talk to you about something that's going to completely transform your English learning journey. I'm going to share with you the one secret that separates people who struggle with English for years from people who become confident speakers in months. And I promise you, it's not what your textbooks told you. It's not what your teachers taught you. And it might actually sound a little crazy at first, but stay with me because this is going to change everything. Here's the truth that nobody wants to tell you. Every single time you translate from your language into English in your head, you're building a wall between yourself and fluency. Every single time you think, okay, I want to say this in my language. Now let me convert it to English. You're making it harder for yourself. I know this sounds backwards because that's exactly what we've all been taught to do, but it's the biggest mistake English learners make. Think about this for a second. When you speak your native language, do you translate from another language first? Of course not. The words just flow. You don't think about it. You just speak. That's because your native language is connected directly to your thoughts, your feelings, your experiences. There's no middleman. There's no mental translator sitting in your brain converting everything. It's instant. It's automatic. It's natural. And that's exactly what needs to happen with English. But here's the problem. Most of us learned English the academic way. We learned grammar rules. We memorized vocabulary lists. We practiced translation exercises. Write this sentence in English. Translate this paragraph into your language. And all of that creates one massive habit that destroys fluency. The habit of always thinking in your language first. Let me give you a real example. Imagine you're at a cafe and you want to order coffee. Most English learners do this. They think in their native language, I want a cup of coffee with milk and sugar. Then they mentally translate each word. Then they try to remember the grammar rules. Then they speak. By the time all of that happens, the barista is staring at you. You're getting nervous, you forget the words, and the whole thing becomes stressful. Sound familiar? But what if I told you there's a completely different way? What if instead of translating, you could just feel the English? What if you could look at that coffee and the English words just appear in your mind naturally, the same way your native language does? That's not a fantasy. That's how every fluent speaker operates. And you can get there too. Here's what you need to understand. English isn't just a different set of words for the same thoughts. English is a different way of thinking. It's a different way of seeing the world. When you truly learn English, you're not just learning translations. You're learning a new personality, a new way of expressing yourself, a new lens to see life through. I'll tell you something fascinating. Research shows that people actually behave slightly differently when they speak different languages. Bilingual people report feeling more confident in English, more direct, more straightforward. That's not imagination. That's because English carries certain cultural attitudes, certain ways of expressing yourself that are built right into the language. When you stop translating and start feeling English, you don't just speak differently. You actually think differently. So how do we do this? How do we break free from the translation trap and start feeling English naturally? This is where it gets exciting because I'm going to give you practical techniques that work, not theory that sounds good but doesn't help. First technique, and this is powerful. Stop labeling things in your native language. Starting today, when you see an object, don't say the word in your language. Say it in English. You see a chair, you think chair. You see the sky, you think sky. You feel hungry, you think I'm hungry. This sounds simple, but it's revolutionary because you're creating direct connections between your experiences and English words. No translation, just direct association. Do this everywhere. In your house, look around and name everything in English. When you're walking outside, describe what you see in English. Not in your head in your language first, and then translate. Just direct English. I see a dog. The dog is brown. It's running. Simple sentences, direct thoughts, no translation. This is how children learn language, and it's the most powerful method that exists. Second technique, and this one is going to feel uncomfortable at first, but trust me on this. Talk to yourself in English all day long. Yes, you're going to feel a little crazy. Yes, people might look at you weird if you do it out loud. But this is one of the fastest ways to build that direct English thinking pathway in your brain. Narrate your life like you're the star of an English movie. I'm waking up. I'm tired. I need coffee. The weather looks nice today. I should wear a blue shirt. Just constant English narration of everything you do and feel. What's happening here is you're not giving your brain time to translate. You're forcing it to find the English words directly. At first, it'll be slow and clunky. That's fine. That's your brain building new pathways. Keep going and I promise you, it gets faster and more natural every single day. Third technique, and this is where it gets really interesting. Start associating emotions with English words. This is the secret that takes you from understanding English to feeling English. Every word carries emotion. Every phrase has a vibe. When native speakers say, awesome, they feel excited. When they say whatever, there's attitude in it. When they say, I'm exhausted, they really feel that tiredness. So here's what you do. When you learn a new English word or phrase, don't just memorize the translation. Feel it. Act it out. If you're learning the word frustrated, think about a time you felt frustrated. Bring up that emotion and say the word while feeling it. I'm so frustrated. Say it with the emotion. Your brain will link that feeling with that word, and next time you're frustrated will pop into your head naturally, not the word in your native language that you then translate. This works incredibly well with phrases too. Let's say you're learning, I can't believe it. Don't just memorize it as a translation. Imagine something shocking just happened. Feel that surprise in your body. Widen your eyes. Drop your jaw. And say with real emotion, I can't believe it. Now that phrase is connected to the actual feeling, not to a translation. That's powerful. Fourth technique, immerse yourself in English content that makes you feel something. This is crucial. Don't just watch English videos or movies because you think you should. Watch things that genuinely interest you, that make you laugh, that make you cry, that excite you. Because when you feel strong emotions, your brain absorbs language like a sponge. You love cooking? Watch cooking shows in English. You love sports? Watch sports commentary in English. You love true crime? Podcasts, documentaries, all in English. The key is emotional engagement. When you care about what's happening, when you're emotionally invested, you stop focusing on translating every word and you start just understanding. Your brain figures it out from context, from emotion, from visual cues. And here's a game changer. Watch without subtitles in your language. I know that's scary. I know you won't understand everything at first. But subtitles in your native language keep you locked in translation mode. Your eyes read your language, and your brain never has to do the work of understanding English directly. If you need subtitles, use English subtitles. That way you're staying in English, building that direct connection. Now let me tell you about something that's going to blow your mind. There are some English words and phrases that don't exist in other languages. And there are words in your language that don't translate perfectly to English. This is actually beautiful because it proves my point. Language isn't just translation. Every language captures different aspects of human experience. When you learn these untranslatable English expressions, don't try to find the equivalent in your language. Just learn the situations where they're used. Learn the feeling they express. Like the phrase, I feel you. It's not about physical touching. It's about empathy, understanding, connection. You can't translate it word for word. You have to feel what it means. When someone shares something emotional and you say, I feel you, you're saying, I understand, I've been there, your feelings make sense to me. That's feeling the language, not translating it. Or take a word like awkward. Many languages don't have a perfect equivalent, so don't search for a translation. Instead, think about those moments when something is uncomfortable in a socially weird way. That silence when nobody knows what to say. That moment when you wave at someone, but they were waving at the person behind you. That feeling? That's awkward. Now you haven't translated the word. You've lived it. You felt it. And you'll use it naturally. Here's something else that's incredibly important. You need to make mistakes. You need to sound stupid sometimes. You need to be okay with being wrong. Because every mistake you make while actually speaking or writing English is worth 100 perfect exercises in a textbook. Real mistakes create real memories, real emotions, and real learning. I know it's scary. I know you want to be perfect before you speak. But that's like wanting to be an expert swimmer before you get in the water. It doesn't work that way. You have to be willing to jump in, to struggle, to swallow some water, to feel uncomfortable. That discomfort is not failure. That discomfort is growth happening in real time. Find people to practice with. Online, in person, language exchange partners, teachers, friends, anyone. And when you talk to them, resist the urge to translate in your head. Just speak. Even if it's broken English at first. Even if you use the wrong tense or forget a word. Just keep speaking English. What you'll notice is that gradually, the English starts flowing more naturally. The more you practice thinking directly in English, the easier it becomes. Another powerful thing you can do is assign English to specific activities. Maybe every time you exercise, you think in English. I'm doing push-ups. This is hard. I can do 10 more. Maybe every time you cook, English mode. I'm cutting the onions. I need to add salt. This smells amazing. Your brain starts associating those activities with English, and it becomes automatic to think in English during those times. Here's what I want you to understand. Your goal isn't to become a perfect English speaker with no accent and no mistakes. Your goal is to become a confident communicator who can express their thoughts, feelings, and ideas in English without constantly translating. Native speakers make mistakes all the time. They use slang, they break grammar rules, they speak naturally without thinking about it. That's what you're aiming for. Natural, confident expression. The translation habit makes English feel like work, like a puzzle you have to solve every time you want to say something. But when you feel the language, English becomes natural. It becomes fun. It becomes part of who you are. You start having thoughts in English without trying. You start dreaming in English. You catch yourself thinking in English and you don't even know when it started. That's the breakthrough moment. And let me tell you, when that breakthrough happens, it's magical. Suddenly, English isn't this foreign thing you're studying. It's a tool you use to express yourself. It's a key that opens doors to new friendships, new opportunities, new experiences. You watch an English movie and you're not reading subtitles or translating. You're just enjoying it like a native speaker would. You have a conversation with an English speaker and you're not stressed about grammar. You're just connecting human to human. This is what I want for you. This is why I created English Vibe. Not to teach you to translate better, but to help you feel English, to live English, to make it part of your identity. Every video we make, every lesson we share, it's all about building that direct connection between you and the English language. So here's my challenge to you. Starting right now, today, commit to reducing your translation by just 10%. Not eliminating it completely because that's unrealistic. Just 10% less translation, 10% more direct English thinking. Tomorrow, maybe it's 15%. Keep building. Keep growing. Keep feeling the language. Remember, you already did this once with your native language. You learned an entire language as a child without translation, without textbooks, just through exposure and emotion and experience. That ability is still inside you. You haven't lost it. You just need to activate it again for English. I believe in you. The entire English Vibe community believes in you. You're not just learning words and grammar. You're becoming someone who thinks, feels, and expresses themselves in English. And that person you're becoming? They're confident. They're capable. They're ready to take on the world with English as their superpower. Stop translating. Start feeling. Start living. Start vibing with English. You've got this.